into another episode of the Radioactive Paper Cuts podcast. I am your host, Josh Kennedy. Joining me today is my loyal Peacemaker co-host and good friend, Noah King Bates. How are you doing today, sir?
Oh, I can't complain. How about yourself?
I'm doing so wonderful. I had manly duties at a baby shower today, so that was fun. Picked up some bunch of nonsense and cute clothes, and shout out to the
family. Do you know the sex, or are you guys waiting?
Yep. No, we're having a baby girl. I'm really excited.
Ooh, there you go. All right. I respect it.
Girl dad for days, and to the listeners out there, I don't know if we talked about it before, but you just gave birth to, or you're not you personally, but you have a son now.
Yes. I have a son, Liam. Fantastic. You know what? Regardless of the sex, having the kid is going to be the best feeling you've ever had. Again, I've only had him for 2 weeks, and I already feel completely different as a person. It's phenomenal.
I know, dude. I'm excited to see what type of thing it does for me because it's going to be dope shit. But no one cares about our personal lives.
They came for comics.
They damn right. We're going to talk some DC, just putt around with some news and things that are coming out here soon. I think it's a fun way to start the podcast, and then we'll hop into episode, 5 of Peacemaker, and we'll analyze that on the way down. So, first things first, I got Little Caesars yesterday. Not relevant to anything, but they are sponsored by the Batman. Yep, they're sponsored by the Batman now. I didn't try the actual calzone, though. I'll have to do that next time. But I thought that was funny.
How was the pizza, though?
Oh, it was just normal pizza. It was good. Good stuff. But yeah, the important thing is DC's The Batman coming out on March 4th. How pumped are you for this? Because I'm very excited to see this new take on the character.
I have gone up and down on my thoughts about it. I was, back when it was originally for Ben Affleck, I was super hype, and then there was all the reshooting and the changing of directors, and then I was got real scared, and then he wasn't a part of it at all anymore, and then I got real upset because I actually enjoy Batfleck. And then Robert Pattinson was cast, and I was like, I don't hate him. I saw pictures of him, and I was like, he's giving me emo boy. I don't know how I feel about this. Trailer came out. I was like, you know what? I'm pumped again. I like the way they're going with Riddler is different, and I'm intrigued by it.
Serial killer Riddler is it's going hard, dude. They're leaning like Zodiac killer. They don't care right now. Wearing duct tape, face masks, and stuff. We're not in Jim Carrey land anymore. This is some new Riddler shit. I'm excited to see it though, for sure. And
3 hours.
2 hours and 55 minutes exactly. Noah, you and I will have to go catch that and do a parking lot review like we do over on the Marvel Stuff podcast. If you guys haven't heard that yet, go listen to that podcast. It's a fun time. Noah's making his debut yet after we record this podcast.
Yes,
on a marathon.
I'm super excited.
Yep, gonna be hyped. So make sure you guys check that out. But back to the Batman. A lot of people had a little bit of hate on Robert Pattinson, but it's like he's done a lot more than Edward in Twilight. He was fantastic in quite a few movies. I enjoyed him in Tenet most recently. He was pretty solid in that movie. I just think all around he's just a talented actor, and I want to see his take on the Batman. And I am so happy that DC's finally getting to being okay with having multiple versions of the same character. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because for a while they're even still doing it a little bit. The CW universe wasn't allowed to use certain characters because they didn't want their audience to get confused. But now they're like, well, I don't give a shit. There's 3 fucking Batman, so deal with
it. There's 3 Batman. There's, but my thought on the whole, multiple Superman. Flash, they never really seemed to care because of the time and the paradox and Flashpoint being a prominent thing about Flash. They're just like, we could have 6 Flashes. We really don't give a shit.
I wonder, it would be fun if they got Grant Gustin in there. I don't watch The Flash anymore, but I've got respect for him and that show. I'm not a fan anymore, but I was for quite a while.
Same here.
I would love to see him show up in a movie. That'd be pretty freaking cool, not gonna lie.
It's only respectable because, Ezra appeared in the Crisis on Infinite Earth Flash, so it seems only respectable to give him that same kind of
the same respect. Deal. I hope so, and that'll be a fun cameo. That movie's yet to come in 2023, or is it 4? I don't really recall exactly.
I thought it was 2023, but originally it was supposed to come out in 2020.
Yeah.
So Yeah, that
Yep.
and the Cyborg movie we're never gonna get now.
Yeah, that's a bummer. I have seen some stuff heat up though. The I forget the actor's name, but the black gentleman from Stranger Things is one of the top casting rumors for Static Shock. I'm
Yes,
totally
for
on board with
Virgil.
that. Caleb something. I forget his last name.
Yeah, to play Virgil. Yeah, I my little brother shared it with me, and I'm 100% for it.
Me too, man.
I think he's a phenomenal actor, and I mean, it's not DC, but I don't know if you watch Cobra Kai,
I do.
but in the
That and
newest
Blue
season,
Beetle.
well, oh my God, he would be a phenomenal Blue Beetle. But no,
No,
the
the
little kid in the
go ahead.
no,
The little
the
kid.
little kid who was in this newest season, the little black boy who was getting bullied, who he's
Oh yeah, he's a badass dude. I watched the
they
new
want
season.
right now he's like fan favorite for Miles.
I've seen that. I've also seen Jaden Smith, which I would be okay with that as well. I don't know if you've seen him act. He did After Earth, and that shit was hot garbage. But I've seen him in other things. He
Yeah.
recently did a movie with Cara Delevingne. I'm forgetting the name of it off the top of my head, but really a fantastic movie as well. So he's got acting chops without a doubt, and I dig his music. I mean, he's not my favorite artist, but he's got some talent. But you know, that's Marvel stuff, so we'll stick in the
Yeah,
DC
we'll
around.
say that. Although for a while, Jaden was the top talk for Virgil. So the fact that
Yeah,
Caleb is now being talked
I
about it, like
think, yeah, the essence of Miles and the essence of Static are similar in a way, so I can understand
they
how
are.
they would overlap in the type of character they should be playing there. They're very I don't know, kind of outgoing teenager in high school type of thing. Not
Yeah,
quite cool, but
yeah.
not quite nerdy. It's a dichotomy for sure.
But I mean, for me, I like Caleb. I feel like he would do really well as Caleb, but I also think that he would do better if they decide to go with another Black Wallace West.
Oh,
The
go Wally West on it.
from
Okay.
yeah, go
From
Wallace
the Flash
West, not
TV show.
Wally.
Yeah, Wallace, not Wally. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They did that in the comics too, so that I'm on board for anything like that. The interesting, they had like a relationship thing, wasn't it? Iris's sibling or something like that was Wallace West, at least in the Flash show. I don't know how it went in the comics specifically.
Yeah, they're from two different dad. Wally is from a different brother than Wallace is. They're all technically like cousins or siblings of
Okay,
some
gotcha.
kind. But yeah, Wallace and Wally are two different people because Wallace comes from a different brother.
Yeah. Okay. Understood. Yeah. And I mean, these things in comics get a little bit complicated, but as soon as you pitch it the right way in live action, everybody's totally on board with it. Exactly how we just saw the Spider-Man movie just blow the universe up, even though it was three people playing the exact same character. But outside of the Batman, Batgirl is also coming this year. The cast or the costume photo came out recently, and it's
Mm-hmm.
very comic book accurate to how Barbara Gordon's been dressing lately. She's going to be
Yep.
played by Leslie Grace, who I believe is biracial, and
Yes.
she's looks like she's got some chops. I watched her interview in DC Fandom, and it got me hyped for the show. Not gonna lie,
And she's the daughter of the why am I blank? J.K. Simmons Commissioner Gordon, not the Commissioner Gordon from the Batman.
Okay,
So that's
yeah,
interesting.
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. Wait, yeah, because that would actually Commissioner Gordon's played by isn't it? It's a black gentleman from
Right.
Westworld in
Yeah.
Batman. I forget his
Something
name.
right.
It'll get there eventually. It doesn't matter that much. But
Yeah, he played
yeah,
the Watcher and the What If
yeah,
series.
yeah. He's a big deal on the Westworld franchise as well, which I haven't watched the most recent season of that, but that show's really good. That is interesting that J.K. Simmons is
Jeffrey.
going to be the Jeffrey. Thank Jeffrey Wright. Yep, you're on it. But Batgirl's, it's lining up. I mean, it's interesting that it's a Max original. I think they could have gone theatrical on it, but I'm not going to fault them. It's probably still going to be good. Michael Keaton confirmed to be in it. J.K. Simmons confirmed to be in it. And then, of course, we get the Brendan Fraser playing Firefly.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, dude. I'm excited for that for sure. Outside of that, later this year, we're getting Aquaman at the end of the year. I'm not going to speculate on that too much because we're not given too much information, but
Yeah.
it's going to be good. If it's anything like the first one, it's going to be straight fire.
Yeah. I want
Suicide
to ask
Squad.
your
Go ahead.
question.
Go
I
ahead.
want to ask you a question though.
Go
What
ahead.
are because I mean I said that I like Batfleck. What are your thoughts on Keaton's Batman? And do you feel as comfortable having him become Batman again at such an old age and stuff like that?
I give it a pass. Do I support it? I'm on the fence. I'm not angry at it, but I'm also not super excited for it. I'm a mid 90s baby, so I did watch the Michael Keaton Batman, but like the ones that I watched more were Val Kilmer and George Clooney, which those guys are terrible. We're never going to see them play Batman again. But I'm excited to see Michael Keaton come back. I wish they could have gone Christian Bale because he's going to go down in history as my Batman personally, just because of the generation I'm in. But he's
Mhm.
not coming back to the franchise. I'm excited to see more Keaton. They're going to go kind of a Batman Beyond Bruce Wayne on it, and Batman Beyond was one of my favorite shows as a kid. So I'm okay with it. Ben Affleck doesn't seem to be interested in playing the character anymore, which I can understand because he's a very famous actor. Obviously, he's got other things he's more than welcome to do, and he doesn't need to focus on this franchise so much. So it's a bummer we don't have a defined young Batman technically, because Robert Pattinson's kind of in his own little universe as like an origin film. But
Yeah, like an Earth One almost type thing.
yeah, how do you feel about it?
I I am one of the majority who doesn't like Keaton. I don't like Keaton in the realm of he seems like kind of a goony Bruce Wayne, which in all the comic iterations in which I have read Bruce Wayne, he doesn't look like that. He doesn't act like that. He might be, considered like not Batman, not this big hulking guy, but
Yeah.
also he's not this nerd that you push over. And that's
Yeah.
from Batman and Batman Returns. That's like he was wearing glasses. He was just kind of goony.
Yeah.
I didn't respect him. And then his Batman was just kind of there. Now, for all of the 80s people who love it and they love the Tim Burton films, cool. Those are good films.
They are
I
good
just
films.
think that I just think that the amount of energy that they're holding on to this dude who can't sustain Batman for long. Now,
No.
if they're doing it for Batman Beyond, that's fine.
I think we're getting a McGinnis. I think we get 3 to 5 movies of him being almost like a Nick Fury Bruce Wayne as like that type of character, and then we'll get introduced to either an older Dick Grayson, an older Damian Wayne. I mean, I don't think Jason Todd would come as Batman, but he could be a player in some other iteration of the character. And if we don't get that, Terry McGinnis, I think is the move to do eventually, because that is a beloved franchise. But I guess we'll see how it goes.
I hope that if they do decide to do the 3 realms of this 3 movies, I think that's cool with Flashpoint, with Batgirl, and then having him die and then doing a Battle of the Cowl. Because
Yeah. Oh, that storyline was phenomenal. Some of the dopest art to ever come out of comic books, if you ask me. Like, you have it was my wallpaper for years back in middle school, high school, where it was half Dick Grayson's Nightwing and half Dick Grayson's Batman. It's just iconic artwork, really good storyline. So
yes,
yeah, if they want to go that route, I am in full support of that. That would be awesome. Even if they went Nightfall on it and got like Gene Valley or whatever his name was, Gene Paul
Jean
Valley.
Valley.
That's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah. If they brought that in to kind of have like an Israel spin on it, I'd be okay with that as well. There's a lot of things they can do with the character. It's a little strange that in the DC franchise we're losing the staples. We're losing Bruce Wayne and we're losing Clark Kent as like a mainstay, I suppose. I don't think Henry Cavill's spoken out that he won't play Superman again.
But they've made it pretty clear that they're not looking at him.
He's not as invested in the franchise. So we're not getting a Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans from the MCU as our Batman and Superman. We're getting Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman and Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I think they're going to be our mainstays, but those characters are becoming more popular, but they're never going to touch Batman and Superman. So
no,
it's an interesting way to do the franchise. I don't think they kind of box themselves into a corner, and I prefer them doing it this way as opposed to doing a full reboot like they've done in every other scenario.
Yeah, because not all of their movies have failed. Like Shazam did really well, and it's getting Fury of the Gods.
Yep.
And Jason Momoa, Wonder Woman, they are staples. Even Ezra Miller's Flash after the Snyder Cut has become more well received. So it
Yeah.
is that whole point of like, is it worth it when you have such things that are raking in money, that are staples, that are like, when you look at Wonder Woman now, people think of Gal Gadot more than they think of Linda, the original Wonder Woman.
Linda Carter.
Yeah, Linda Carter. Like they think of her. They think of Jason Momoa almost more than they think of the blonde-haired, almost Hemsworth-looking
There was never
Aquaman.
a version. Yeah, exactly. He
Unless you
definitely
watched
took over.
Smallville.
Yeah, and that was he played
Hawk.
Thad in Blue Mountain State, Hawk in Titans. Now he's playing Jack Reacher over on Amazon.
Reacher.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, he's a great actor. I forget his name is escaping me right at this moment, but he's great. I'm
Alan
glad.
something.
Yeah, Alan Richardson, whatever. Doesn't actually.
Something. No,
but
he's
either
not
way,
a
Jason Momoa is Aquaman, and that's how we're gonna move forward. And I don't know. It's an interesting way to do it. We're also getting, some lesser known characters there. The Static Shock movie is happening. The Batgirl movie is clearly happening this year. We're getting the Blue Beetle movie with what's his name? What's his name from Cobra Kai? He's playing Jaime Miguel.
So Miguel is playing Jaime?
Yes, that's confirmed.
Yes, that is phenomenal. The whole I always joke in the fact after watching Cobra Kai, I'm like, this entire cast needs to make a Power Rangers show on Netflix, because that is just
for real.
That is just
what is it? Hawk could play like the perfect Tommy for real, dude.
Oh yeah, we got
Robbie.
Tommy,
you could have Robbie do it instead. Yeah.
See, Robbie, he gives Jason. He gives Red.
He gives Jason vibes, Red Ranger vibes. Yeah, I feel it. And then Pink Ranger be what's Daniel San's son or daughter? Excuse me.
Oh yeah.
Forgetting her name, but she's Pink Ranger for sure.
Oh yeah. And then
shout out to Cobra Kai, you guys. If you haven't listened or watched that show, it's very good.
It's so good.
In the
so
video game, we'll throw one more thing out. Video game realm, the Suicide Squad, gonna be awesome. In the same franchise as the Arkham games, which I've been absolutely obsessed with since the first one came out. So glad to see that. I do want to play Gotham Knights. I'm not. It's weird that I'm about even on which one I'm more excited for, to be honest, because of I get to play Nightwing, so that makes the game way up here, but it's not developed by Rocksteady, so that drops it a bit.
Yeah, I'm so, because when you look at it and they keep going it's not in the Arkham series, it's not in the Arkham series, but you keep looking at them and you're like, yeah, but all these characters were in the Arkham series.
Yeah.
And the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
we're not getting any bad characters really, other than Harley.
Yeah, Harley and Deadshot.
Yeah.
He was, I think, in Origins.
Floyd Lawton. It's a Deadshot is a different Deadshot than it was in the earlier Arkham games. Yeah, you're talking about
they're making him
yeah, they're going more based off of Will Smith's Deadshot from Suicide Squad, as opposed to the Floyd Lawton, which was featured in a side arc in Arkham City. That's my favorite game of all time. So yeah, he was the white Floyd Lawton within that universe, but
right.
I don't think anyone really cares enough to really bitch about that. So the game looked great.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited. They got Captain Boomerang. They got
they gave him an upgrade. Yeah, they gave Boomerang the teleport power, which I'm actually once I saw that, I was like, I kind of want to main him. If I'm gonna play this game with my boys, I might main Captain Boomerang. We'll see.
I'm always a tank, so I got that Nanaue energy.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's going to be a great game. Both of those games, honestly. I love that Gotham Knights is featuring the Court of Owls. So that's one of the greatest villains to come out of comic books in the last 20 years. And I'm so glad we're getting it in a video game realm. Which
the scrapped Arkham sequel starring Damien was supposed to feature the Court of Owls. So I'm glad that
they're still doing
I'm glad that they're using other stuff.
Yeah. Arkham franchise, greatest video game franchise of all time, if you ask me. So I'm glad that we're getting a game from Montreal, which is Gotham Knights, and they did Arkham Origins. I enjoyed that game, not as much as the other ones, but it's a good game. Suicide Squad, Rocksteady, obviously well known for being badasses. So
Arkham City is my second favorite. Is my second favorite video game of all time. That being said, I think it's the greatest franchise because the Sony Spider-Man games have only had 2. But I mean, the complete storyline that you can get from Arkham Asylum, even Origins, which I didn't hate, from Origins to Night, is some of the best fucking stories.
City's still the highlight, if you ask me. But Arkham Knight did its best to. They ramped it up. I appreciated it when it came out. I didn't like how much you had to use the Batmobile, like it was forced on you. That was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But the game overall, fantastic. But yeah, this is old news. We're just kind of reminiscing a bit. Let's talk some current stuff on Peacemaker. You want to start us out there, Noah?
Yeah, so I mean, I took a couple of notes here and there. The first note that I noticed, or the first thing that came to mind, was when I am always going to mess up her last name.
Adebayo.
Yeah, Adebayo, when she texted her mom, when she texted Amanda Waller, there was no previous messages.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's just the one text message.
Just the one text message. So the fact that she is truly hiding something, and I love the little thing with her shirt the entire time while they were on this mission looked like blood spatter, even though it wasn't. And the fact that she kept shooting the monsters after the dead people after they were dead. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. She's now that we know that she's not 100%. Yeah, she's everything she does is for a reason. She might play innocent, but everything she's doing is for a reason.
Yeah, I agree. Adebayo's a player. That's 1,000% true. Bringing it into the episode, we're first things first. It's Peacemaker recovering from his hangover, drinking his raw egg concoction or whatever the hell just happened there. Yeah, it looked really gross, but. Does Adebayo come and see him first, or is that after the initial meeting where they make fun of Diebeard for the PowerPoint? Because I do want to talk about that.
So yeah, she meets him like twice because she takes him back to drink. I feel like in the middle of the episode. This episode seemed a lot like they crammed a lot in.
Yeah,
a short amount of time.
That too. Yeah, 100% true. Yeah, it's weird how they moved this episode along. I don't know if it felt rushed. It wasn't too bad, but essentially this episode starts with them recovering from the hangover. They go to the PowerPoint, make fun of Diebeard in that ridiculously long list of names he could have picked over his father. It was so fucking funny. And then it keeps going for the minute as the after credit scene.
Yes, the extra just on and on and on.
Yep. It's hilarious. All John, that was 100% John Cena's like, I'm going to say as many random names as I possibly can and then just see what happens. Because you could tell by the way he was listing it, he would say something he's like, okay, what are 4 other things related to that? All right, let's jump from there to this one. 5 other things that are related to that.
Oh, yeah, he was jumping. He was
ad-libbing.
Jumping.
So funny.
I guess.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that we didn't talk. The title of the episode is Monkey Dory.
Monkey Dory, yep.
Like Hunky Dory. And the fact that the ending ends with the fact of a giant gorilla getting slaughtered.
Yeah, I was like, I'm glad it wasn't Gorilla Grodd because that'd be a waste of that character for this franchise.
Yeah, but the fact that the gorilla, we learned later on that it was because it had a butterfly in it. But the fact that it talked did almost make it feel like, that could be like maybe one of the not Savage Land gorillas, but one of the gorillas from where Grodd comes from.
Yep, he makes his own like gorilla like safe haven. I forget what it's called, but yeah, I think it's Gorilla City is the name of it actually.
Yeah, it's Gorilla City.
Yep.
So that was a nice little Easter egg type thing where it's like, oh, there are intelligent-esque type gorillas out there, whether it be because of the butterfly or the fact that he could just talk.
I just remembered Peacemaker talking shit like that and saying Superman has a shit fetish, and it made me laugh so hard. Oh god, I hope this, because it seems like this show is very successful. I hope they let them play in the other sandboxes a little bit other than just Peacemaker and get to like go some C and D list characters and bring them in. Like can you imagine if like the Creeper from the Batman franchise makes his way into Peacemaker?
I mean, they already now mentioned the Kite Man by name.
Kite Man.
Fucking
If you check out the Harley Quinn animated series, I highly recommend it on HBO Max. It's so funny, and Kite Man is a mainstay for some reason.
Hey, you grow to love Kite Man.
You do, I do love Kite Man in that show. I think when the new season comes out, we might cover it on this channel just because I love it that much. Oh, one other DC news. We don't need to spend any time on it, but Pennyworth, the origin story for Alfred Pennyworth, was moved from Epix to HBO Max. So the first 2 seasons are on Max now. I've watched 3 episodes. Good show so far. Season 3 is going to be a Max original. I'm excited for it. Good stuff. But we'll stay focused here. I just thought I'd note that real quick. So following this mission, they go and take out this, like, there's such a long scene of them taking out the butterflies, showing the old lady when they walk in the room because he's using the x-ray helmet, was just straight money. James Gunn at his finest.
Yes, that not even like false sense of security. It was truly just kind of like, oh, very sweet, explode. Like he does such a good dime switch, and it's very well. Him and Edgar Wright have that, because when I was watching that
Edgar
scene,
Wright's
it
a big one,
reminded me
too.
a lot of like, it reminded me a lot of like At World's End, where Hot Fuzz, where it's like this seemingly innocent person and then just violence, and then just heaps of violence.
Yeah, it was a really well done scene. And Harcourt and Vigilante got stuck in a room, and then Peacemaker and Adebayo saved them and all that good stuff. And that's where we get introduced to the gorilla. Vigilante was pissed because he couldn't bring in his chainsaw. Economos got to bring in the chainsaw and do work on the gorilla. It was dope. I like.
Oh my god! And it lasted long. Like, the amount of time it took to kill that gorilla. It felt so long, like just like going up. I was like, oh, he's dead. He's dead. You can stop now. He's gone. But then the scene right after, where they're all celebrating and they're just having fun. They're listening to the song that she didn't let them listen to while they were going.
Yeah.
And, it was like this little bit, because I mean, you got to take into, all of them are kind of shunned or kind of forgotten. Like Economos and Hardcore are shunned by Amanda Waller. Vigilante and Peacemaker are shunned. Yeah, Myrn probably, like, some tells me Waller knows about him or something. There's no way that she would go about the project and not know that he is one, especially if it's as easy as doing an x-ray and seeing the fact that there's a butterfly inside of your head.
Yeah.
It also makes me...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it also makes me wonder a little bit more about what I know I had brought up the fact that I thought it could be the Reach and connection, Scarabs and all that. But I mean, from what we can tell, the butterflies don't actually want to cause any harm. It's almost like a scroll